Ever seen a chunky cat perched precariously on your bookshelf, eyeing that impossible leap to the top of the refrigerator? That wide-eyed determination says it all. In their minds, they're still as nimble as when they were kittens. Our overweight companions live with a hilarious disconnect between their physical reality and their athletic ambitions. Did you know that over 60% of domestic cats and dogs in America are classified as overweight or obese? Yet these pudgy pals retain all their wild instincts and athletic dreams. It's like they never got the memo about their expanding waistlines. Science actually backs this up. Animals don't have the same body image issues we humans do. Your rotund retriever genuinely believes he can still catch that frisbee midair with the same acrobatic prowess he had as a puppy. Take Chester, the 20-pound tabby, who became a viral sensation last year when his owner captured his ambitious leap from coffee table to couch, only to fall dramatically short, creating a perfect, chonk-shaped impression in the cushions. What makes this funny animal behavior so endearing isn't the failure, it's the unwavering confidence beforehand. Chester didn't hesitate. In his mind, he was a sleek jungle predator, not a meatball with legs. This phenomenon isn't limited to household pets either. Wildlife rehabilitation centers report that even wild animals who've packed on extra pounds during recovery still attempt their natural behaviors as if nothing has changed. One nature trivia gem comes from the Wild Bird Sanctuary in Missouri, where an overweight eagle named Magnus would repeatedly try to perch on the thinnest branches, snapping them immediately while looking genuinely surprised each time. Magnus never connected his 30% weight gain to his continuous perching fails. The science behind this adorable delusion is fascinating. Animals don't have mirrors in nature, so their self-image doesn't update based on visual feedback the way ours might. Instead, they operate on muscle memory and instinct. Your chubby pet remembers the feeling of making that jump hundreds of times before the pounds crept on. Their brain says yes, while physics screams, absolutely not. Vets call this the athletic identity disconnect, where an animal's self-perception doesn't match their physical reality. It's particularly pronounced in formerly athletic animals who've gained weight. That's why your once svelte greyhound still tries to zoom around the dog park as if he's racing, despite now resembling more of a sausage with legs. Each time they waddle at top speed or attempt an impossible leap, they're genuinely shocked when gravity wins. Some of the most jaw-dropping wildlife info comes from comparing wild animals to their domesticated counterparts. A house cat typically jumps 5 times its height. That same cat, carrying extra-pound knees, still attempts the same jumps. Their brains are hardwired for certain movements, and a little, or a lot of, extra weight doesn't override that programming. This creates those hilarious moments when your heavy-set cat misjudges a ledge and slides off in slow motion, looking completely offended that the laws of physics would dare apply to them. Researchers studying animal cognition suggest that this might actually be a blessing in disguise. Unlike humans, who might become discouraged after repeated failures, animals don't develop the same negative associations. Your pudgy pug doesn't think, I failed that jump because I'm out of shape. Instead, they think, weird, let me try that again. There's something beautifully optimistic about that persistence. Even marine animals show this tendency. Aquarium caretakers report that older, heavier seals will still attempt the same acrobatic water tricks they performed in their youth. One famous case involved Boulder, a 400-pound harbor seal who would repeatedly try to launch himself out of the water onto a platform designed for much lighter, younger seals. Despite falling short dozens of times daily, Boulder never lost his enthusiasm or adjusted his estimation of his jumping ability. Birds are particularly amusing when it comes to this disconnect. Wild birds instinctively know which branches can support their weight. Domesticated birds who've enjoyed too many treats? Not so much. Cockatoos and parrots who've packed on the ounces will confidently land on the flimsiest perches, looking genuinely bewildered when they snap. It's as if they're thinking, the branch must be defective, rather than acknowledging their own chunkiness. What makes these animal kingdom surprises so endearing is that they remind us of ourselves. How many of us have attempted physical feats we mastered in our youth, only to discover that our bodies have changed? The difference is, we feel embarrassment. Your plump pet feels no shame, just mild confusion at the universe's apparent change in rules. Scientists studying pet behavior note that this athletic identity stays intact throughout their lives. Your 12-year-old Labrador, carrying an extra 15 pounds, still believes he can catch that ball with the same lightning reflexes he had at 2. When he misses, there's no self-consciousness, just a brief recalculation before the next attempt. There's something beautiful about that unwavering self-confidence. The internet has immortalized these moments in countless viral videos. Chunky cats making poor decisions compilations rack up millions of views. We laugh, but there's also something profoundly life-affirming about watching these animals try again and again. They never stop believing in themselves. In a world obsessed with body image, our pets remain blissfully unaware of their physical limitations, attempting feats that defy their current dimensions with unwavering optimism. Pet behaviorists note that this disconnect can actually cause problems. When overweight pets attempt jumps or maneuvers beyond their current capabilities, they risk injury. That's why responsible pet owners create accommodations, like pet stairs or ramps, that allow their chubby companions to reach their favorite spots without dangerous athletic attempts. Your chunky cat doesn't understand why she can't make that leap anymore, but she'll happily use the steps you provide. Some amazing animals adapt in creative ways. Take Stanley, the dachshund mix, who gained fame for developing a new technique after putting on weight. Unable to jump onto the couch directly, he'd back up, get a running start, then use the momentum to propel his rotund body upward in what his owner called the potato launch. Animals find workarounds when direct approaches fail, showing remarkable problem-solving abilities. Among the funniest animal behaviors are the reality check moments. That split second when your plump pet miscalculates a jump, and their expression shifts from absolute confidence to "I've made a terrible mistake," is comedy gold. There's a heartbeat where they seem to suddenly understand physics, right before gravity teaches them the lesson directly. What makes these hilarious animal facts so universally appealing is the pure, unfiltered authenticity. In a world where we humans constantly doubt ourselves, filter our appearances, and worry about how others perceive us, there's something refreshing about creatures who maintain unwavering faith in their athletic abilities, despite all evidence to the contrary. Your chubby cat doesn't look in the mirror and cancel their jumping plans. They just go for it. Consequences be damned. Veterinarians recommend healthy weight management for pets, of course, but they also note the importance of keeping these natural behaviors intact. Cats need to climb and jump. Dogs need to run and play. The goal isn't to discourage these activities, but to make them safer while working toward a healthier weight. The athletic spirit should be preserved, even if the execution is temporarily compromised. The next time you see your pudgy pet eyeing an impossible leap, or your round retriever preparing to chase a squirrel with the confidence of an Olympic sprinter, remember, in their minds, they're still as capable as ever. And maybe there's a lesson there for all of us about believing in ourselves despite our limitations, although perhaps with a bit more realistic risk assessment than our furry friends demonstrate. So which of your pets still thinks they're an Olympic athlete despite the evidence? Has your chunky companion attempted any gravity-defying feats lately? Like this video if you've witnessed the adorable disconnect between your pet's athleticism and their actual dimensions. Subscribe for more weird and wonderful animal content, and share your best chunky pet versus physics stories in the comments.